Welcome to the morning run. Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico. Duke will be joining us later on. Another guest will be joining us. So y'all stay tuned for that. We're talking about Colorado Buffaloes, NBA action, and everything else going on in the world today. Get in the chat, join the conversation so we can answer some questions and comment on some comments. The Gates, Uncle Neely.
What?
Vincent Gates. Remember Vincent Gates? The Gates.
Oh yeah. Kevin Gates to you too. I forgot. Yeah.
Good morning. No matter where you are, somewhere in this world, it's morning right now. So if it's morning time and you're in the chat, let us know where you're checking in from. 11 a.m. Mountain Time, correct? Yeah. 12
Correct.
noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Hawaiian Time. We're up in this thing live and direct. Good morning to you, Uncle Neely.
Hey, good morning to you, Big Dog Chico. Look, a lot going on, man. This is a quote unquote off day on this Wednesday. Got 2 days of workouts behind us. That's Monday and Tuesday. So a lot of leaders are emerging. The workouts are going well. Coach Prime camps are happening. Yesterday had the walk on camp. Tomorrow got the elite camp, the high schoolers 9 through 12. Next week got the youth camps and the women's camp. And Coach Pollock is heading up the women's camp, and he's going to join us about 25 into the hour to talk about that. Probably couldn't pick a better guy to head up the women's camp than Coach Pollock would have.
That's right. That's right. Looking good, baby. Styling and profiling. Best hair in college football. Shout out to Coach Pollock, man. Make sure you guys get in the chat and leave a like, subscribe, and comment and all the other good stuff. We appreciate you guys supporting us for as long as you have been. Y'all want us to keep on coming, as Stephen A. Smith says. We're going to keep on coming. Augusta, Georgia in the building. H-Town checking in. Arizona. Waxhaw, North Carolina. What, Uncle?
I'm not. See, if I point out what I was blocking out, that defeats the purpose of blocking it out. So I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go, Chico. It's early in the show.
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I told you, while you talk about doing these reaction shows, you need to do reaction shows to your own shows. Because it's stuff to go right by sometimes. Oh, now.
I'm breaking that down tomorrow. Oh, now Duval in the building. Hey, I tell you what though. This just wait.
Breaking news. This just in.
Breaking news. This just in. He's what? A unicorn. We know this. We told y'all this. We told them this, didn't we, y'all?
Yeah, he different, man. He different. I mean, to go look how he playing the receiver head turn. He goes back for the ball, bats the ball, and catches the ball.
Unbelievable.
Run it one more time, Chico. Run it one more time.
I had another angle. I got to download that, but the way he pressed there it is. The way he pressing the receiver off the line, shadowing him right here. Get his hands on him. Bam. Get upfield. Wham. Has the speed to stay with him.
Yeah.
Then get that right hand up, hit the ball, but also that's cat like reactions right there, man. Quickness right there. That's Travis Hunter right there in a nutshell, dog. They got a special one right there.
Yeah, they got him one, man. You see the same kind of dynamics, receiving the ball. A lot of people want to say, oh, he's got to clean up some things, on his route running. Who doesn't? He is a rookie, but I would tell you this. You ain't seen one he dropped.
Right.
And as long as you wear the quarterback expects you to be and you catch it.
And all the talk about you saying, like you just said, his route running. Oh, I'm sorry, I just had a notification come up. Talking about his route running though. Have you seen somebody just lock him down yet? You know what I mean? Just staying on him, sticky with him and going where he's going in the routes and things of that nature as if he can't run nice routes. I haven't seen that yet. He's getting away. He's getting separation. He's catching the ball. He's getting
Thank
open
you. Like, why it takes so, not you, on ball your fist, Chico. Why it takes so long for us to get to that point?
because people are always trying to find something wrong, man. You know what I mean? Trying
Like,
to
like
downplay it somehow.
the job is to catch the ball. That's the
Run, get
job.
open,
The
catch the
job
ball.
is to catch the ball. Show me when he ain't caught.
So what we doing? Like,
So what
come on,
we
man.
doing? Like what we doing?
Travis Hunter, man, is one of those. Like I told you, like we talked about before. When I saw him in person at the Polynesian Bowl, when I saw him get upset when those guys were messing with him or whatever they did, and he went out there and said, "Okay, I'm about to get a pick. I'm about to intercept the ball." Next 2 plays, he had an interception, and then he did the Dion down the field. I said, "Shit, that's
Well,
crazy."
you had that happen first game against first game in Colorado against TCU when they were doing the overrated chant. What did he do? Broke
Yeah,
off man, dove across the body of the other man and picked it off.
picked it off. Unbelievable football player. So Jaguars got a special one. We talked about this the other day. How they have a young staff there, and they're going to get everything they can out of Travis Hunter, allow him to, reach his full potential and not hold him back, so to speak. So I'm excited to see what he can do with the Jaguars with a top tier quarterback like Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't have to, a lot of receivers come into the league and they have a problem with the QB talent. Sometimes, you're coming to a less talented QB or a journeyman QB or a veteran QB situation. He got a guy he can grow with in Trevor Lawrence, and who was a top pick and highly touted quarterback coming out of high school and college.
Yeah, you want that to happen. You hope that's what happens because if you look at say like a Keyshawn Johnson, who there's just no denying what kind of receiver he was coming out of USC and what he did in the NFL. But Keyshawn might have had 15 different quarterbacks.
Right.
And just think what happens to a guy like Keyshawn Johnson if he's with one quarterback, 6, 7, 8 years.
Whole different scenario, man. A
He's
lot of
old
guys
now.
definitely old now right there. We also have, let me see here. I think I had some footage pulled up. Also, Shador Sanders just throwing a touchdown pass in 11 on 11 scrimmages today. And, a lot of people was talking about last week where they were saying, he didn't get any reps. And then the coach, Stefanski, came out and said, listen, man, listen. It was kind of like what Coach Prime had to say before at the Colorado practices, when everybody's asking them questions when they see footage from well-off reached people at the pregame network, and they're saying, "Where's this player? Why he wasn't on film? Where's this coach?" And they were asking why wasn't Shador Sanders involved in 11 on 11 drills, and the coach basically said, "Listen, man, everything you guys see out there is not everything we're doing. He could be getting some work that you guys don't see. So, don't read too much into it." And then today is posted Shador Sanders just threw a touchdown pass in 7 on 7. We can show this footage right here. As if it's anything that you haven't seen before. That was one. I think he had another one also. So, should we
I
be
like the
making
way I like the way he worked his eyes from right to left on that. Like he knew where he was going, but that's not where he was looking. Like you see him check over there, snap the ball, looking to my left shoulder. Now I'm finna come back right. Bam. And look how the
manipulating?
ball is already out before 83 broke across the defense.
Exactly. Safety can't key on him, can't eye on him, trying to watch his eyes or whatever. And he working his way all the way across the field from the first read, looked like all the way to the second or third read right there. So great job by Shador Sanders, just doing what Shador does. So it's not really a surprise to us, especially a guy like you who's been watching him his whole career.
Yeah, he is who he is, man. And he's been who he is, and he's only going to get better and evolve. When you get to the NFL, he's still going to have his off-season coach and select QB, and Daryl is going to have the coaches there with better nutritionists, strength and conditioning room, like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It all goes up a notch, and his work ethic that he brings to the table personally, you can guaranteed expect is going to go up a notch because he doesn't rest. He doesn't rest on where he is and like, okay, this is good enough. He's always trying to take it to another level.
Right. And I'm glad to see him being productive, getting some reps out there and making the best out of those reps too, because that's what he's going to have to do as a fifth round pick. You have quarterbacks in front of him; they're going to make sure those guys get the reps. But when Shador comes in and has a chance to do his thing, you want to see him do stuff like this and not just stick on the first read. Uh, scan the field like you said, making the throw and making a decision and making the right plays. That's what you want to see out of Shador Sanders, a guy that has a high ceiling, a lot of talent. You were able to get him in the fifth round, so you got him at way below his value. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good move, a good situation for the Cleveland Browns to be in to have a quarterback this talented. On your depth chart like this in the
Well,
quarterback.
when the draft concluded, man, once we got out of the rightful emotions of him sliding in the draft, that's why I said, in my opinion, I just got to evaluate and say the Cleveland Browns won the draft, because who else got something that's worth 40 plus million and got it for 4 million? Like that is the name of the game in America. How can I get as much as I can for as cheap as I can? And Shador Sanders going to the Cleveland Browns at 144, I think it was, in the fifth round. What a steal, what a deal.
Yeah. Wheeling and dealing and stealing Cleveland Browns. Oh, now in the chat, hit us up with questions, comments. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, join button, share this thing. That's one thing you can do for the free ski and share it. And guess what? Unc said, as far as the Unc and Chico merch, for people who share this, y'all going to get a special discount code. We're going to pick one
Absolutely.
person or maybe two people, get a special discount code for your merch. You understand?
Absolutely.
So
We're gonna do that with channel members, with people who don't throw out the super chats. Like, all this data is tracked, and when you share this platform over to Twitter, Facebook, and we get the notification, all right, note that name, slide them a coupon in their inbox and their DM. I'm telling you, it's
yep,
coming.
we don't have to make a big announcement about we're just gonna slide in your DM. You know what I mean? Just slide in your DM and holler at you, let you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? What else going on up there, man? Y'all on an off day. What is it like on an off day in Colorado in Boulder?
Ain't no such thing as it's off day physically for the players. But it's football time, and it's football time. So the coaches are just on the other side of this wall doing their meetings, doing their mechanics. They're working. The players are off as it relates to their strength and conditioning, phase. They'll be back on Thursday and Friday, of course. But 2 days in, and we got the 2 day recaps up on the Pregame Network. So you can see the workouts and what took place on yesterday, today being Wednesday, what they did on Tuesday. And we'll be back at it tomorrow, giving you that inside behind the scenes look at what the rigors of Coach Swayze's strength and conditioning staff is throwing at these guys. Because I tell you, Chico, if you had a chance to watch it yet, I don't care if the steps are outside or steps are inside. Steps are steps. And he had them on them steps.
That was that has to be one of the things. If you say look back, Chico, and tell me some of the workouts that you might dread, during your college days, running stadium were one of them ones where we got stadiums. That'll get you in shape though.
Absolutely.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. That'll get you in shape. So right now the coaches aren't able to be hands on with the guys. So it is Coach Swayze doing his thing along with his staff. And just to put this out there, because it's breaking news again. Is that breaking news? Okay. Shout out to Coach Mo Sims. Going on to FAMU,
Oh, cool.
assistant athletic director of strength and conditioning. Something like that is his title. So shout out to him going over there to FAMU, man. I just wanted to give y'all put a hand clap in the chat right now for Coach Mo for doing his thing since Jackson State to Colorado. Let me see here. One more thing. Do we have more breaking news? No, I would say the question was about Cameron Simmons Craig. Have you heard anything on him? I haven't as of right now. I'll do some research. I had to repeat sliding in DMs. Just got a sliding in DM. We're gonna have Coach Pollock come join us. What are some questions you guys have for Coach Pollock? Put it in the chat right now. How's Coach Prime doing, Uncle Neely?
Doing good, man. He's doing good.
That's it. Were you able to see him around campus or anything like that? In good spirits and stuff?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, guys, on this happy Wednesday, on this hump day, on this off day in Colorado, um, we just wanted to make sure we come over here and give you guys an update.
that
Stayed
joke,
on.
that joke be reading stuff over to the side.
Don't try to read at the same time. Try to.
Hey, shout out to Goonsville. I didn't get to see him, but Goonsville and the group they went to walk on trials yesterday.
You telling me Petros didn't make it didn't get a scholarship offer?
I mean, how do you know that? How do you know that not to be the case?
I mean, I haven't seen an announcement or anything. I mean, he
But you ain't
could have,
seen nobody announce, so you just went
but
on and assumed he ain't.
well, yes, I'm assuming. I'm
Well,
assuming that Petros didn't get a scholarship offer. I could be wrong. I'm wondering why.
you could be right. I'm just saying, I don't know how you just take that in less than 24 hours, reach that conclusion.
Because I'm cold blooded like that. How about that?
Yeah, you cold, like you cold. Oh, Keisha Love in the building. What up, Keisha Love?
Got a women's camp coming up. Keisha and Love, you going to the women's camp? You coming up to the women's camp?
Or you fishing? You just baiting hooks and just throwing them out there.
That's it. Just bait hook, throw them out there. Hey man, this is a morning show. We're a live show. We're unscripted, unfiltered, and we talking ish this morning. And apparently, Unc don't want to talk too much ish this morning. What's happening?
I'm cooling, man. I'm watching you.
You don't-
You know, like I said yesterday, you got only child syndrome. You just need to be by yourself sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
Boy, you
Hey, here's a women's camp. Keisha and Love, you don't know the women's camp going on? Let me put this on here. Let's see if I can find a women's camp. Also, you guys can find us now, or you can find Big Dog Chico's channel. But I will be streaming some of the shows on Kick and Twitch. Trying to get updated, Uncle. Trying to get with the young folks out there. They watch Kick and Twitch nowadays, so we got to put our content on Kick and Twitch. You know what I mean? You ever
yeah,
heard of Kick? You ever heard of Kick and Twitch?
I have. I'm not that damn old.
I thought you were, yeah, there's a dance we used to do back in the day, Kick and Twitch. We did a lot of kicking and twitching.
You did a lot of itching. That's what you did. What am I? What does grandmama say? If it's itching, need washing. You was kicking and itching. That's what you was doing.
We're also on TikTok. On TikTok, you don't stop. Check us out on TikTok also.
Over here. You had your kiwi this morning?
I was just thought about that in my head. Damn, I should have had my kiwi in here, but I didn't. I didn't have time to cut it this morning. Computer acting up. Chico got to get up earlier to try to trap Unc. Oh
He
yeah,
can't. He can't do it. Can't
yeah.
do it. Can't be done.
Kick and Twitch sounds like what Chico does after sales. So what we doing?
Particularly the puffy.
The morning run, guys. It's morning somewhere.
Asked me if I heard a kick and twitch.
You heard? I'm sure you heard of Kick and Twitch.
But you so sure of it that you asked me.
Got a Kick and Twitch. Sound like some hot yoga going on.
You special, Chico. That's all it is. You
I
special.
am special. I am special, man. I know I especially I'm not as special as Travis Hunter, who has the whole inside of I'm sure you've passed by the trophy case in the trophy area over there in Colorado. They have the whole thing being redone.
Oh, you
All the
mean
trophies that Travis
when you
Hunter
say
has.
you sure I passed by it? You mean I actually posted it this morning? You mean that,
Oh, you
or was it
did?
last night? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
There you go again, y'all.
Well, I didn't know you posted it, Coach. My bad.
Go to Instagram.
Okay. Well, right now I'm on Twitter. It was posted on Twitter. And shout out to Coach Pollock. Coach Pollock posted this or reposted it or whatever. You know what I mean? Once it's out there, ain't it?
Or because we work
What?
in the same building, he filmed it and I filmed it. Like it's
Exactly. You know?
just
Two Heisman Trophy winners in Colorado and a lot of trophy space for all of the accolades that Travis Hunter has received this past season. Man, that's dope. Y'all see what I got to deal with now? Let me sit back. Guess what I got though, Unc? I got something for you that you'll like.
what's that? The stage plank. Some kiwi.
Kiwi fruit. No, not that. Not that. Got something for you right here. Not this.
I heard that knife come out. What you doing? So what we doing?
What we doing? Not that. We got this right here. When last time you seen one of these? A pick with the black fist, baby.
I tell you, the last time I seen one is the one I have. Of course, I don't have it out here with me, but it's on my bathroom sink.
You still got a pick with the black fist?
Yeah, absolutely. I got my black fist pick.
Easy.
Can't really see it, in your head though. But it's.
Don't worry, I'm gonna change the background so you can see it up in this thing. Hold on, give me a second.
It looked like it normally look. It always looked like a fist coming up out your head.
Ha 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 ha. Give it that loud laugh. Make sure I put this background up there so y'all can see my black fist. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fist. It's just the gangster glare, the gangster rock. Shout out to the black fist. I got a little surprise, man. Y'all might see me looking a little different tomorrow, baby.
Oh, you found somebody can twist it up?
I think I found somebody to do me something.
He said think.
So we gonna see. That thing won't even pick out all the way, Unc. You hear me?
Because it need bigger teeth in it.
Look how that thing stretched. It got a little length on it though.
You need to go to Home Depot and get one.
That Brillo pad, boy.
His tuck is on here. He in his head. Oh, we can hear popping.
Yeah, that thing popping like
it may go
like
to Rice Krispies.
He ain't lying.
Got that little teeth rake. You need the cake cutter.
They ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, man. So
he ain't coming out the top. It's just going in and coming outside.
I gotta put some more of the detangler stuff on there so I can get it right. It's soft. It's just been it's just been tangled for a while. That's all. So yeah. Congrats to Travis Hunter for adding more awards to be displayed at CU. Shout out to old school 87 in the building. Andre Walker. Need a lot more juices and berries over there. Okay. I see you. 400 years without a comb. Damn, y'all on my head harder than anything. Y'all got questions about sports, football, life.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to some of them, but you want to comb your damn hair on live. But maybe appreciate that. We're gonna be showing you highlights from each of the workouts and posting those. Letting you see the grit and the grind that's taking place.
Thank you.
Chico playing his damn hair.
Unc talking now. I had to do something to get Unc to talk.
Yeah, start by asking me an intelligent question.
Okay, give me an example of an intelligent question.
Oh, that's one that you thought of before you hit to go live. Chico just
let me ask you this.
Chico.
Yeah, you're right. Let me ask you this though. The Knicks fired Tibbs.
Yeah,
that's some real serious news right there. We didn't think that.
And
was
and I texted to you and said, "Hey, this is something we can talk about."
Oh yeah,
yeah. Matter of fact, it's probably an hour ago. I texted
5-10 minutes before the show.
No, it was about 45 minutes before the show because I looked. It was probably 10:36 when I texted to you.
And while I'm getting ready. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Gave you 2 topics we could talk about back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Man, 3 because I put the college football national championship rankings, preseason rankings in there too. I gave you lots of stuff to talk about, but you want to.
So this is not equivalent to, like you said. I'm looking around.
Just keep calling me head dog, like I said. So I don't know what else to do, Chico. I I put you in a position to succeed, and you
No,
don't,
come
you
on
don't
now,
want
dog.
it.
Come on now, dog.
You
Come
don't
on now,
want it. Like you don't want to be better.
That is not being in a position to succeed right there.
Let me see, Chico. Let me
That's
see.
behind the 8 ball right there. That's what you call that.
Okay, so you telling me
That's behind the 8 ball.
at 9:13 a.m. now. At 9:13
your time.
Yeah, my
Your
time,
time.
9:30.
And what time we start your
Which
time?
is roughly 2 hours before the show, right?
Hold up. No. Hold on. Okay,
I'm looking at
9:13
it.
a.m. Okay,
I'm looking at
9:13
it.
a.m.
I sent you about Tibbs getting fired. I even sent you a nugget about how the people that the Pacers beat, how the coaches get fired as they beat them. But you want to calm your hair.
I do. Because I was trying to create conversation so we can talk through it
You
to
want to
where
calm
we
your
can
hair.
get to the point
I don't
to where I
know.
can download these things that was just sent to me
At
and have them
9:32, 2 hours
on
ago.
camera.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing 2 hours before the show?
I have no idea. Not working in one of them.
Prepping my meat. Come on, dog.
You go ahead, Chico. Go ahead.
Let's bring on Coach Pollock to talk about the Knicks, uh, Colorado football, and a few other things right there. As we talking to Uncle Neely's, as my kids would say, big back, big back. My kids gonna call me a big back. I almost smashed one of they face. What's up, Coach Pollock?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Man, we doing great,
I
Coach.
come back
Doing
now that
great.
Coach Pollock gone.
Got some sense on the screen.
Coach Pollock, I made one mistake.
Oh Lord.
Hey, what's that?
I bet
I
got something to do
was with you this morning. We had a great meeting talking in your office there, and I said, "Yeah, Coach, why don't you bring on about 30 minutes into the show, 11:25 or so." I should have said 2 minutes. I should have said 2 minutes into the show.
Hey, I'd have come save today, man.
Because look, we need a hero. Because if I tell you, Chico been on here combing his damn afro, he ain't looking at the notes I sent him. Like,
he ain't got his glasses on today. What's up with that? I mean, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I almost wore mine today. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get my hair as nice as yours, so I was picking my hair and Unc got jealous.
Hey, listen, often imitated, never duplicated.
Baby. That's the deed.
So, Coach P, he put that pick in. You ain't seeing it come out the top of nowhere. It's just going in and coming out. Coach Michael Pollock, special teams coordinator, Colorado Buffaloes football. And today, what we want to talk about, next week, we got the women's camp, and Coach Pollock is the coordinator of that camp, putting it all together. Coach, how have you been since your last visit on here? And talk to us about organizing that camp that's going to take place next week.
Well, man, I tell you what, I've been really good, although I am several $1,000s lighter in the pocket because I just got finished paying for my oldest daughter's wedding. So
understand that. Congratulations.
Good thing the stock market is rising a little bit today. I'm trying to recoup some money.
Man, saw the pictures on your Instagram. Y'all make sure you follow Coach Michael Pollock on the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and of course his YouTube channel. Saw the pictures on the man. Looked like a beautiful ceremony, and I think I seen a tear come out your eye there.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was very happy, and we had a great time. It was worth every penny of it. She was happy, and it was she deserves it. She's been a great kid, and she's grown up to be a great young lady, and I love the man that she's married, and I'm just excited for them and their journey that they're taking together.
Absolutely. And speaking of that journey, man, we're back in Colorado, back in Buff Nation, phase 1, summer 1, strength and conditioning with Coach Swayze, and also it's camp season. Yesterday you had your walk-on camp. Tomorrow we got your elite camp. Next week, back-to-back youth, and then the women's camp that you're heading up.
That's right. We had a great camp yesterday. We feel great about the camp tomorrow. And then next week, man, that's the big week. We got 3 big days, and it ends with our women's clinic next Thursday, June 12th. And we're excited about that. That was a hit last year. And I think that, our DFO, Reggie Calhoun, our assistant DFO, Tyler Johnson, and of course, Tasha Stewart have done a great job of organizing a lot of the work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. Those 3 people, along with some other people I'm sure I'm leaving out, do a great job of getting these things organized, getting volunteers to help us to make this thing go smooth. And we're very excited about next week wrapping it up with the women's clinic on June 12th.
Yeah, y'all can see us on the screen now. Not too late to register for it. You guys time to travel in for it. If you're here in the 303, you certainly got time to make it. It is a more of an evening camp than these other ones that have been during the day and in the mornings. I would, covered last year's extensively. That's still up on the Pregame Network, and we doing the same. So everyone who participated last year, had a phenomenal time. Looking at the pre-registration numbers, it looks like it has grown, exponentially since last year. So going to be a good time, Coach.
Absolutely. We're excited about the numbers we got so far. And we're looking forward to those numbers continuing to increase throughout this week until the registration deadline. And like I say, I think, every time you do something year after year, you get better at it. So we're definitely looking to improve things from last year. We thought last year was great, but hey, we're looking to make this even better, and just expose more of the ladies to the game of football and just give them an opportunity to spend some time with our staff and our facility to get some behind the scenes view of what goes on in Buff Nation, and just to be able to watch the games and just have, if they've got questions or things they need to answer that will help them as they're watching, they can impress their significant other with their football knowledge.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about last year, Coach. You go into these things and you really don't know what's going to happen. You think you're just going to go out there on the field and run around, everybody laugh and have a little play day or something. But the women who participated last year, just like this year, you meet in the team meeting room, just like the players
Right.
do. Sit there where the players play. The coordinator speaks, the head coach speaks, the position coaches speak and tell you about what their roles are, what they do. You get to tour the building, go by
Yes.
strength and conditioning, and then you go outside and you do the work that each position does, and you move to each group. You really couldn't ask for a better blueprint, particularly for a lady who may not be too familiar with how football works from an operation standpoint. Get
Correct.
experience all that on the evening in Boulder, Colorado, with the Flatirons behind you.
That's right. And that, I tell you what, they I know last year they got very competitive and they were really trying to take it in and do exactly what we want them to do, and we're taking their drill work serious, And hey, you left out an important part that we've added this year. We got a little social hour this year too. So it's going to be a little meet and greet time. Give them an opportunity to meet the coaches, talk to the coaches, talk to everybody that's involved with our program, but just get to know us a little bit better as we get to know them. And we just hope that that's an added little addition that they'll appreciate and enjoy. And we just are looking forward to that night, because that's a really good opportunity for us to reach a part of our community that a lot of times we don't get to reach out to and visit with throughout the football season.
And I think that, Coach, you correct me if I'm wrong. One other thing that we're both leaving out, I think it also ends with a little flag football competition.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think you're right.
I thought I saw that on the list this year that they're gonna put the flags on and learn and apply what they learned that day.
Yeah, that's right. And that'll be a good deal for them.
Yeah, I got one question out there. We had a question earlier for you, Chico. I mean, from the chat, Chico, to Coach Pollock. Someone just asked about Folsom Field, and we'll be using another field because they're right now outside this window prepping that for the turf to go down. So that won't be ready by next week, I would imagine. So that upgrade, the Bach 1404 asked about that. So that upgrade is underway right now, and I had a little weather delay yesterday, but the equipment and dirt is moving around out there now.
Well, I'll tell you what, even yesterday they did as much work as they could considering the rain. So they're hard at it. They got them. I think they're doing a great job out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product.
Yes,
So
sir.
for everybody don't know, they're replacing the grass with artificial turf going around, right?
Yes,
That's correct.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
correct. And it's multifaceted, man. It's gonna, of course, it's gonna speed play up for the players, but it also puts, everybody, looks at the revenue side of things, Coach, in this day in this environment, and one of the things that when you have a nice stadium like this facility with the flat irons back there and you got grass down, you're limited on what kind of events you can do outside of football.
Right.
Because you got to keep the field ready for football. So you're going to see more concerts and that kind of thing take place in this facility.
Correct.
Way
And
more
then another
durable.
thing too is, we're, with the college football playoff first round being a home game for some teams that are getting those seedings that earn a home game. We're hoping to be one of those teams.
Absolutely.
If we don't get we'd rather get the first round bye, but but we want to prepare ourselves so that our field is in great shape late in the year when we possibly have to host a home playoff game. And it's very hard to do that when you've got a grass field.
Absolutely, man. Investing in success, because you got to believe the success is going to come because you're working for it.
Right.
Yeah. And you won't have a situation like last year, was it, where somebody ran or drove onto the field and messed it all up to where the field crew had to do a lot of work right before that? You won't have that problem with the turf. I
Hope not. I hope we got that gate over there where they drove
right,
through
right.
a little bit sturdier. Hey, it's kind of like the man that has his mailbox hit with the baseball bat by some kids at night on Friday night, and then eventually he's like, you know what, I'm gonna fix this and I'm gonna build brick around it.
Exactly.
And then they hit that bat. They kind of get the bat popped back on them. So yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Hey, Coach, we know that this time of year, Coach Swayze has the keys to the team, and the football guys are not involved in that. But still from a special teams or schematic standpoint, talk about some of the things that you and Coach Zim are working on, in June when you're not with the players.
Well, I tell you right now, we're working on finalizing our PLP time with the players. We have 5 or 6 dates this summer that we're going to have PLPs, and we want to make sure that special teams is not left out of that time. So many times you get caught up in doing 7-on-7s and 1-on-1s with O-line, D-line, and stuff like that, and you kind of forget about special teams for a while. And we're trying to keep special teams on our team's mind. We really feel like we've got a talented group of kickers and punters and snappers and everything, and we just feel like that we want to get the whole team involved for a little period during that PLP time throughout June and July, in which we can institute some of our schemes and drill work that we're going to be doing in August as we go through fall camp.
And for those who may not be in the know, PLP stands for player-led practice. And you get a couple of those where the players can go out there and practice, by themselves without the coaches standing over them.
Right.
And that kind of thing. So that's just a part of that summer mechanics, as the summer goes on.
And of course we're working on our first 3 opponents. Yeah. We're working on Georgia Tech, we're working on Delaware, and working on Houston, so we can get a head start on those guys. And because a lot of the preparation for those 3 teams is going to be based off what they did last year. That's the only film we have right now, and that's what we're having to go by. And of course, as we play more games, we'll get into evaluating more of what a team does next year as they get ready for us. But right now, we're kind of in the mindset of just putting in, preliminary game plans for those 3 opponents as we get through June and July, while we have time to focus on that and don't have a lot of other things going on the field with the players besides the workouts with them, with Coach Swayze and the guys. And that's going to give us a jump start into August and help us throughout fall camp as we get ready for the season.
I found that question for you, Coach. Chico had asked the chat to drop some questions for you. It was from Statesman 15. Question for Coach Pollard: how are the new kick and punt returners looking? Do we have a consistent mid-range kicking game? 45 yards or so. So just talk about what you saw from the spring from an evaluation standpoint.
Well, 45 yards in, it's Mata time. So we feel like we're good there. And then of course 45 out, we've got the cannon Buck Buchanan coming in, and he handles those longer range field goals. Feel good about those 2 guys. Complete confidence in their ability to execute. And then we've got some guys behind them that have really worked hard to come in and earn their spot in the depth chart and all. As far as returners go, we feel like that we've added some pieces in the portal that we're going to look at for the return position. I mean, we've got some guys that did it in the spring that we feel good about, but we've added a couple guys in the portal, the post spring portal, to also give us some other depth at those positions, and we'll just have to see how fall camp goes and see who comes out on top of that battle.
If there was a way you would say that you're going to put your stamp on the special teams, what is that way? What is something that we'll be seeing as far as viewership from the outside in, that we'll say, oh, that's Coach Pollock's stamp on the special teams?
Well, I really tell you this. I really want to improve our return game. I've punt return and kickoff return. We returned one kick last year, one punt for a touchdown, and I felt like that we probably, Coach Prime has voiced his concern from last year that we were not as explosive as he would like to have us to been in the return game, which, I mean, you're talking to a guy that's top 2 punt returner, kickoff returner of all time in the NFL. So of course he wants that part of the game to shine. And when you have some explosive guys back there like we had, we need to do better. So I'm hoping to put my stamp on the return game and show some improvement there. And I think we can, and we're going to definitely put a lot of work into that so that we really make that something that people have to worry about with us, and they have to really game plan us and understand that that's a play that they're going to have to defend.
Yeah, I like that, Coach. That looking in the mirror and just that honest reflection on what we got to improve on. Because I'm with you. When you look at the speed that we had last year, whether it was a Jimmy Horn Jr. or a Wester, and I know that there are a lot of things that go into a play working.
Right.
There are 10 other people out there that got to do their jobs, and the ball got to be kicked just right and all that. I get all that. But if there was any place I thought statistically we underachieved, it would have been in their return game and flipping some of that field position for the offense.
Right. Well, like I say, Coach Prime made a point of that coming back in January, that he wanted that to improve. So that's been something that we spent a lot of time focusing on, and we'll continue to do so. And you're right. It's going to be 11 guys working together to do something like that. I know when Coach was with Dallas, I think he told his guys if he returned four punts, 4 kicks in a year for a touchdown, they got a Rolex. So I don't know if NIL lets us do that or whatever, but I mean, whatever we got to do, man, within the confines of the rules, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's one of those things, man, that there's some crazy stat out there, Coach. I don't want to misquote it, but a team that scores, a punt return or a kickoff return go on to win the game like 90% of the time or something.
No doubt.
It's one of those scores that's not factored in. So
right.
You can really change the outcome of a game with that.
Absolutely.
Yep. Third phase of the game.
No doubt.
Coach, let me ask you this question as a special team coordinator. On punts, right? What position do you look for to cover your punts the most? Is there a specific position or just like a skill set you look for to add on your punt coverage team?
Well, I tell you what, with our punt, we use a pro style punt. So we've got 2 gunners in a slot. So we depend on them a lot to get down there and make plays, and of course it all starts with the punter and ball placement. We don't want to kick the ball down the middle of the field, because that's just a recipe for disaster. We want to play directional kick and try to give ourselves an opportunity to shut off half of the field and only have to cover half the field. And then, but like I say, our gunners and slots have got to get down there. They've got to break down. They got to be ready to make plays. And because the rest of our guys are tied up in protection, and then of course they're covering after that. But yeah, those 3 guys are very important, and we're looking for 3 guys that can get down the field, get off press coverage, and make a play in the open field, and prevent an explosive play from even getting started.
Yeah, Coach, I got to tell you the punchline. What Chico was hoping, he was hoping, because he played tight end, that you were going to say how much you really rely on tight ends. Like that's what had him on the edge of
Yeah,
his seat.
hey, they play guard for us on punt. Their job is to block.
Nothing wrong with that. That's what makes them one of the most
Hey,
athletic positions on the field. They can
hey,
run,
let me tell you
catch,
something.
block.
We've got some guys that have done a great job at that position too. I mean, we
Yeah.
really, I'm gonna tell you something, just so everybody knows out there, special teams wise, because I know there's a lot of people out there that worry about recruiting and going to NFL. If you play tight end or running back, you better be valuable on special teams, because you will not, unless
Absolutely.
you are the guy, unless you're Travis Kelce or you're Derrick Henry or somebody like that at those positions, you are going to have to make a roster on special teams.
Absolutely.
I mean, right here in Denver, Terrell Davis was about to get cut by the Broncos and goes down there and makes a play on kickoff and gets everybody's attention. And that's what got him a roster spot. And of course, he didn't have a Hall of Fame career,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you're a tight end or a running back, I mean, I'm just speaking from an offensive standpoint right now. You've got to be valuable on special teams. I mean, you just cannot sit there and not help on your special teams. And in college, if you look at some of the elite programs, I mean, I'm gonna go back to Georgia, and I mean, I can remember when Sony Michel played for the Dogs, and he covered kickoffs.
Yeah.
And Todd Gurley was a kick returner.
Yeah.
And so you've got to be at those two positions. You're looking for, that to increase your value. Be a special teams player. Be a guy that can play on at least four special teams, and you'll make yourself valuable. And I'm gonna tell you, that's going to increase your odds of going to the NFL. Because, like I say, if you're in the NFL and you're not the starting tight end or you're not the number one running back, chances are the only way you're going to get a roster spot is if you're a valuable special teams player. So yeah, we value our tight ends. We've done a great job of upgrading that room with Coach Brett Bartolone, and then of course Coach Falk has upgraded our running back room as well. And we're looking for some production special teams wise out of those two rooms.
Yeah, a couple quick points. I know we got Deuce and Scoopers joining us, so we can bring him onto the panel as well, Chico. But when you look at, I know you spoke on it from the offensive side of the ball, Coach, but when you look at, I would say probably third round on back, and you're not a quarterback, you better be able to make some noise on special teams if you want to.
Yes.
If you want
Well,
to make that 53-man
like I say,
roster.
defensively, we look at our linebacker room and our safeties room. Our corners. Those guys have to be, 3 and 4 core special teams players for us. And that it's just if you got to make yourself more valuable, and to do that, you got to show that you can help the football team at different places. And in the NFL with the roster limits and everything, they're looking for guys that in those third round to seventh round picks, free agent picks. Okay, what kind of value does this guy give us as a special teams player?
Yep.
And so yeah, that's where you can be. It could be you compared to another kid. And if you're a guy that say you're a safety and then but you've also played on 4 different special teams in college, I mean, listen, let's just face it. They're looking at a guy that's already done it versus a guy that's just been a safety and nothing else.
Yep.
It's going to make a difference in their decision.
Now, Coach, being where you from and I'm from, we ain't like Chico. We cut our own grass. But for those who out there who hire people to do it, you're gonna cut a guy. You're gonna pay a guy to just do the yard, or you're gonna pay a guy to do the hedges too, and trim everything and line it up. You got to bring more than one thing to the table if you want to stick somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's in everything you do. The more value you bring to yourself, the more chance you have to move up the ladder of success. And it's no different with football.
Yep. You got to be able to do multiple things out there, dog.
I mean, it's no different with coaches. Like if you got a coach that say he coaches his position, but he doesn't coach any special teams. I mean, and then or he's not doesn't recruit as well. I mean, the guy that coaches his position can recruit and coach special teams. I mean, he's going to get an opportunity to move on up the ladder one day when another guy's not. So I'm like I say, it works on our end too.
Look at yourself, Coach. Look at
you're sitting
yourself.
here, Coach. I don't say this because you're sitting here. I mean, you've been a head coach in high school. You've been an athletic director in high school. You've been an offensive coordinator in D1. You now special teams coordinator in D1. Like you've been in all facets of this rooms, in this building. So you get it and people know that they can rely on, hey, pull Pollock in on that. Get his thoughts on that.
Right.
It's not just, one thing.
That's right. Exactly. And you know what? That's the great thing that Coach Prime's done with our staff. He's got, guys that have worked at the high school level, the college level, the NFL level. We kind of come together and we blend our different perspectives and we use each other to lean on. And different people have different areas of expertise and our organization allows each one of us to use our expertise to benefit the program.
Deuce and Scoop, we got Coach Michael Pollock on. Appreciate you joining us, brother. Know you had some meetings you had to take care of earlier. Welcome back into the morning run. How you making it, Dukes?
Man, I'm making it good, man. I appreciate it. What's up, Coach? Man, hey, Coach got those play breakdowns, man. He broke down power the other day. I said, Coach, what can I do?
There you go, baby.
Yeah,
hey,
yes,
how's A-Town, man?
Man, it's good, man. We got summer ball, 707 going crazy like the team ball, so it's exciting, man.
Hey, I can't call no names, but me and Coach Bartolone just got off a phone with a prospect from Atlanta and got him offered. Trying to get him out here to Boulder.
Hey, man.
Hey, like Pops used to do on the Wayne Brothers.
Don't say nothing. Right. Man, speaking of high school recruiting, I think a lot of people are saying, okay, not understanding where Colorado is, because Colorado really went heavily in the transfer portal, and the portal didn't stop for Colorado when the spring semester ended. You got grad transfers. You just had a grad camp, and so I just think that now that Colorado is starting to focus, Coach Pollock, what are you guys looking for positionally as far as, let's say, offense? What are some positions of need that you guys are going to attack heavily now that you're starting to shift your focus more to the high school ranks?
Well, I tell you what, we're looking for guys at all positions that can come in and make an immediate impact. And we don't want to bring guys in that are going to have to take 2 years before they can get on the field. We want guys that can come in immediately and impact. So we're looking for the best players in the country at every position that can come in and play for us. We've got some elite receivers, elite running backs that we're looking at. We just got a great tight end that is said he's going to come. And then, defensively, again, we're, looking for those DBs that are game changers that can come in immediately and play for Coach Prime and Coach Mathis and Coach Rob in that secondary. So, yeah, like I said, we're looking at all positions, but, we're really focusing on the top talent that we feel like can come in. And I'm going to be honest with you. We don't look at 247 and on 3 and all that to figure out what the top talent is. Of course, we evaluate those guys, but the thing about it is a guy that we may look at as a top talent, they may not see it that way, because a lot of times guys that don't get those stars haven't been to those camps, So you got to be able to kind of navigate through all that and be able to use your eyes and also, talk to the kids and get to know him, get to know his parents and understand, hey man, is this a guy that can play for us? Is this a guy that can fit in our culture? Because, there's a lot of brutal honesty around here. There's not a lot of sugarcoating things around here. And if a guy's kind of been brought up soft a little bit, this may not be for him, because, coach believes in calling it and keeping it 100, and sometimes keeping it 100 is something that a lot of these kids aren't used to their parents and their high school coaches doing, because, their talent has allowed them to kind of navigate the system they've been in a little bit. And, Coach is just not that kind of guy, and he doesn't let us be those kind of guys either. He wants us to be, honest with them, and that, that's part of that whole grading thing. We get up every day and say, hey, this was your grade from yesterday, and this is what you did good, this is what you did bad, and if you practice bad to the point that say you got a 1 or a 2, that he don't mind us saying, hey man, I don't even know why you out here if that's how you gonna practice, So you got to have some tough skin. But the thing about it is I think great players that are built to go to the NFL. I think they like the brutal honesty. I think they'd rather have someone be straight up for them, keep it 100, don't lie to them, and hey, tell me how I can get better, and get to the league rather than just making me feel good every day.
Coach, you touched on something when you said that y'all don't just rely on the recruiting services and their rankings. Y'all know ball, so you rely on your eyeball test more than anything. We were at a camp years ago when a guy was about to run, and Coach Prime ain't big on wasting time. He's like things got to be moving, and so the guy said, "Well, Coach, give me a minute. I need to hook up the laser system so we get the timing." Coach said, "Man, I don't need no system for me to know a joker fast. I can watch him."
That's right.
Roll.
Hey, it's like when he worked with the NFL Network and the dude ran. He said he can run.
What do you mean by that, Coach Prime?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean by that.
Because you got two Georgias on here, Mississippi and Alabama. When we say it twice, we mean it.
That's exactly right.
Is it hot outside, man? It ain't just hot outside. It's hot.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Coach, I want to ask one more question, like if that's cool, Chico.
Yes, sir.
Chico,
I'm sorry, I'm speaking for Chico on his show.
Yeah,
my bad.
I want to make sure I don't go 1-2-1 again. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be
supposed to go 1-2-3, not 1-2 back to 1.
Right. So thank you, Chico. Hey, Coach. So like it's time it's 7:07 time, but school 7:07. How much do you guys put it like as far as recruiting wise? Is there anything that you can take out of 7:07 that can help you kind of identify somebody that you would like as a prospect, or 7:07 something that you kind of look at as just like maybe that's just helping the high school, but not as helpful for us on the recruiting side?
Well, I think it's a great way to evaluate DBs and how they can play man coverage and of course receivers, ball skills, things like that. I think that's a great way to do it. I don't think 7-on-7 is as effective to evaluate quarterbacks. I think you can watch the quarterback and watch his throwing motion and say, okay, is this a throwing motion I can work with and everything? But as you know, when you got jokers breathing down your neck compared to 7-on-7, you back there just patting the ball for 4 seconds. It's a different game. But I tell you what, we've got our 7-on-7 camp coming up June 18th. And it gives our coaches a great opportunity to see some elite players in person. What kind of teammate are they? Are they front runners? Do they when their team's behind? Do they quit or do they keep competing? And again, of course, the ball skills. The man coverage skills by the DBs. Those are there. But anytime you can watch a kid operate with teammates and see how he handles things and how he acts with them, and just how he communicates with his coaches, how he jogs on and off the field, just things like that. Those are good evaluations. And we, like I say, our 7-on-7 camp is one of the best ways that a kid can get seen here, because our full-time coaches, we kind of keep them free that day where they can just kind of follow teams around and just watch the games, and they don't really have any quote unquote responsibilities outside of just evaluating players, and so we invite teams from all over the country to get here. We know that sometimes it's hard to get here from certain places, but we got kids coming from the Southeast. We got teams coming from the Southeast this year. Of course, we got local teams coming, and our camp is unique in the fact that we let high school teams come. We let 7-on-7 travel teams come that are using high school players. So anybody out there that wants to come compete, it's a great opportunity to get your kids seen live by us and evaluated. Because like I say, it's, anytime you can watch kids compete in anything, you can tell some about them. Like coaches for years have been going to watch basketball games to watch players that they've been recruiting for football, just to watch how they move on the court, how they compete, how they get
Yep.
along with their teammates. Are they listening to their coaches, or are they, just you can tell a lot about a kid about his body language on the sideline or on the court. So anytime we can get an opportunity to watch a kid compete in a situation like that, I think it's great because hey, let's face it, kids come to camp, they've paid to come to camp, they're going to give you the absolute best effort they can give that day. They're trying to impress you. But like sometimes when they get in that team setting, you'll see the real person,
Yeah.
and that's one thing I think 7-on-7 does, is it gives us an opportunity to see the real player and how he operates within a teamwork.
Nice. And this last question from me, Coach, is for recruiting, right? I think I know this answer, but this is for everybody else out there too, to kind of break down the recruiting and how you guys have your areas that you recruit. Is it broken down by where you're from? And if you have two coaches that's kind of like from the same area, do you go to different areas? How is the recruiting zones broken down between the coaching staff?
Well, because the way we recruit, we do it a little bit different than everyone else. But I certainly areas that we are familiar with, we kind of are leaned on in those areas. Like we got coaches from Dallas, coaches from Houston. Of course, me being from Georgia, we got coaches from down in Florida. So coaches all the California guys. So we kind of lean on their knowledge of the framework of that area and the players. Also the competition level. Like if this kid's playing is he playing good competition? Coach, tell us about these teams he's playing. Well, I wouldn't evaluate this team because these guys aren't any good. Just does that and the other. And then once we kind of get out of our area, then it kind of goes positionally. So say a coach, say I find a tight end in Georgia, then I'll give him to Coach Brett, and then Coach Brett will go evaluate him when it's the evaluation period and look at him. So it starts off kind of with our area, and then it branches off by position. So we kind of use both formulas.
Nice
I love
breakdown
it.
right
I
there.
love that. Coach Pollock, man, we're at the top of the hour. We appreciate you always being willing to join the morning run. The door is open for you anytime that we got some news that you need to break or just to chop it up, man, because we love when Coach Pollock comes on. The chat loves when Coach Pollock comes on because we get to see the greatest hair in college football.
Well, hey, guys, I always enjoy it. You can have me back anytime.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
Y'all
Thanks,
take
Coach.
care, man. Go Buffs.
Go
Go
Buffs. That was Coach
Buffs.
Michael
Yes,
Pollock,
indeed.
special teams coordinator. This is the morning run on this first hump day of June 2025. Deuce Scoop, Big Dog Chico, yours truly, Uncle Neely. Deuce Scoop, you missed the live, unscripted, unplanned combing of Chico's hair on the morning run.
I see. Well, yeah, I see that pickup there, Chico.
That's the old school black fist pick, Dukes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he spent the first 15 minutes of the show trying to get that pick to come up, go in and in out of it. It would go, it wouldn't go up through it, but
Unc didn't like me picking his hair. We're supposed to be talking about this right here, Dukes, or picking my hair. We're supposed to be talking about this.
Oh, Deuce, you missed it. You look, Deuce. Let me tell you something. This dude was just out here random talking about nothing. I said, Chico, I sent you some stuff to talk about. Oh, you must have just said it. Yeah, 3 hours ago.
No, you been saying it.
I had to check him on live, Deuce. He gonna try to say I just said it.
Deuce, I'm trying to talk to this man. I asked him a question. He said, "Yep." I'm like, man, what we? I'm trying to buy some time. All right, well, I'll pick my hair then.
I said, you just out here fishing, man. Like what are you doing?
I know something to get him talking, Duke. Let me pick my hair. Let me get him talking.
Man, go get them dreads.
My man Reef said Chico pick gives him the power of the Black Panther.
Forever.
Yeah.
Waikiki. That boy Chico in Hawaii, he says Waikiki forever.
I'm gonna tell you this, Dukes. You can just say and another one.
Yep.
Because as it stands, when the Pacers beat somebody, the coach gets fired. And here we go again. Tibbs is gone. When you look at what the Knicks have done under Tibbs and the playoff wins, It's amazing, man, that what he did compared to the other coaches that he accomplished in their 4 years. That they said you got to go, bro. You tell me.
What Tyrese did when he was on there crying, talking about child
What more do
support.
I have to do?
What more do you want from
From
me?
me? Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, man. Like, leave,
So if
buddy.
you look at it, man, y'all can read, but I'm gonna help you out. Lenny Wilkins, 0. Larry Brown, 0. Isaiah Thomas, 0. Dan Tony, 0. Mike Woodson did get 7. That was in a 2-year period. Derek Fisher, 0. Kurt Rambert, 0. Hornacek, 0. Fizdale, you're not gonna rook me, 0. Mike Miller, 0. Tip, 24. But bye-bye.
Bro, Mike Miller. Well, I don't even remember that.
Bye. Mike Miller, you. Oh yeah, damn.
They're from Florida. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, they were interims. Him and Kurt Rambis had an interim role. So they didn't do a full season.
Yeah, I low-key remember Rambis. I definitely don't remember Mike Miller. But yeah, man, look at
Not
that,
Mike
bro.
Miller from Florida, I don't think, Dukes.
I think it was.
Heck no, not the former Miami Heat.
Oh, let's find out.
Yeah, let me look that up, man.
And
look
while
it
he
up.
finds out,
let me look it up too.
Did Tibbs, after making this run that he's running 4 years, was this firing justified to you, Dukes?
No, not at all. I mean, you look at what he's done, the body of work. I think this is more so about. Okay, let me say this. I think this is more so about not perception. What's the word I'm looking for? Philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I think looking at how they lost, looking at Tibbs only being notorious for only playing guys who he really trusts, which is about 7 to 8 guys. And you got to think about it. You look in that front office. You got Leon Rose, who's basically Jalen Brunson's godfather, and then you got Jalen Brunson's pop Rick on the bench. So, I mean, it kind of seems like the books have been cooked already. So I don't think he would have had to win it, or at least get to the champion. I don't even know if he at this point. Let's say they would have came back and won. If they didn't win the championship, he might have still got fired. Like, I don't think it was anything he could have done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think it was either championship or bust.
Yep.
And it's a tough situation. Like, you think about who can replace him. Mike Malone, they the same person. Like, you'll take Mike Malone.
Well, if they're the same person, here's the difference. Mike Malone has a championship. Mike Malone has coached in the finals and won. And so that's their knock on Tibbs, I think, that he hasn't coached in the finals. And apparently he didn't want to coach in the finals because some of the moves he was making. And they was like, nah, dog, maybe we can bring in another voice. I.e., I think what the Golden State Warriors did when they got rid of Mark Jackson and brought in.
That's who need to be the coach that's who need to be the coach of the Knicks.
And that's exactly where I was going with that. That's who they need to be on the phone with, dog.
Right.
Mark Jackson, New York Knicks native.
Can I put my conspiracy hat on, Chico? When you watch the Knicks play and they show the bench, there's always this one assistant coach that comes up to Tibbs all the time. And a lot of times the body language is, I'm disagreeing with you, so I had to come tell you something. That coach is Jalen Brunson daddy.
Yeah.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying, I'm all for Mark Jackson get this job. I think Mark Jackson has been looked over and denied for far too long in the NBA.
Far too long.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to be surprised if they go in-house with this with somebody that's already on their bench or somebody that's already upstairs, because I'm with you, Dukes. It does not make sense basketball win-loss column. So it has to be a philosophy thing that, hey, we got this guy, this talent. We got this guy, this ingredients. We went to the grocery store. We got him all this stuff to cook with, and he won't use all the damn ingredients.
Right. Like, what are we buying all this stuff for then?
Yeah, because keep in mind, now, you the owner of this team, right?
Yeah.
You done got 15 people sitting over that you paying.
Right.
And he ain't paying but 7 of them 15. But them other people sitting there getting paid. You like, hey, dog.
I brought you a wood cutting board, and you still over there using the plastic ones. What are we doing?
I mean, yeah. But at the end of that Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. Yeah. They gave him Coach of the Year after leading them. Well, that's the other Knicks. What do you call it? The G League. The G League Knicks. They gave him Coach of the Year after leading them to conference finals. But then he was the interim coach for the New York Knicks. So there you
Right,
go.
yeah.
And I think that's the coach always that Uncle Neely was referring to right
No,
there.
that's not him.
That's not him. There's another
No.
Nah,
one.
he talking about Rick
I'm talking
Brunson.
about-
You
yeah,
talking
I'm
about Rick Brunson?
I'm talking about,
Okay.
Brunson's dad.
Yeah, you know, and you know him and you know that, you know,
He used to play.
yeah, but the GM, like I was like Leon Rose, that's his goddaddy. Who you think is so usually who makes you your god? Who makes somebody your goddaddy?
The daddy.
The daddy.
Your
I
dad.
mean, but for real, that's
Yeah.
his best partner.
Man,
I
do
think
you think that'll be a problem though in the locker room to have a dad as a coach, one of the players' dad as a coach?
Absolutely not.
he was
Absolutely.
man, bro. Do you know they really just went and got his whole college team and said run it back?
Thank
They
you. That's
did.
the Villanova squad.
Yeah,
Yep.
his daddy know all them boys.
Yeah. It's gonna
Yeah.
turn the Knicks to the AAU team then, man.
For sure. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Like I'm with you, that's what I like I said, I think the book's already been cooked. Well, nothing he could have done but win the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brunson, the senior Brunson, you know, he has the pedigree. He played. I mean, you look at places where he is played and coached. You know, as a coach, he's been with the Nuggets, been with the Bulls, been with the Bobcats, the Timberwolves. I mean, he has the coaching pedigree. And Chico, to your point about potential locker room disruption, I think that kind of thing happens when it's daddy ball and you got the daddy as a head coach and the son really can't play and you forcing him in. At this point, everybody in New York want Brunson on the floor. So because if anything, it's like, why is he out the game? Why is daddy take him out the game? I think the front office relationships, I'm with Dukes, man. Just cut to the chase. I think it was a philosophical thing, not a win-loss thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so also. Couple of
Chico,
couple of other candidates.
Hey, bro,
Go ahead.
hey, man, speaking of conspiracy theory, man, Chico, I'm starting to think like, so you already made that crazy looking picture of me that one day.
I didn't make no crazy looking picture of you, dog.
Well, AI,
That's how it came out.
Right, and
you requested it,
and you saw
and then
fit.
you're gonna use it as a damn thumbnail.
Yeah, you saw fit. You saw fit to put that on social media.
Yeah, all of us look a certain way. I look worse.
Nah, bro.
Of all of us.
What about
all of us?
What about the one that's the thumbnail for today's show?
What about it?
That's the bricked up Chico, and then we looking crazy.
Oh,
I don't feel like y'all looking crazy.
I see it.
There was a little bit of comedy there based off the last show that we did.
Yeah, but the laughs on me and Dukes. The laughs ain't on you.
Right
The
then,
laugh is on me too. I'm not as buff as the picture. Isn't that kind of? Come on now, dog. Come on, dog.
And then now today, my face
cartoon,
all
man. Y'all are so. Y'all are y'all the divas on the show? Did y'all play wide receiver?
And now I come on the show, my face all warped.
Chico Wild look like
Chico on the private chat. Chico on the private chat. Come on,
you hear this chat?
Don't know why you looking like that, Dukes. Yeah, you do.
No, I'm talking about looking like that. The warped on the screen. People in the comments.
That's what I said. Don't know why you looking like that. And you know what I said?
You did it. Hey, Duke. He gonna call me an FN in the private chat. I said, look at this thing work here.
But what gets me, Chico?
I'm trying to help him.
Hold on, it gets me, Chico. Here's what gets me. You
FN,
said that you in the same boat with us because you ain't that big, muscular. That's like if we put a picture up with you with a whole bunch of money, you like, see, that look how y'all did me. I ain't got that much money. Like that is not exaggerating Dukes looking sleepy and exaggerating muscles is not the same kind of exaggeration, man.
It is because they'll be like, man, you ain't that big, man. You know what I mean? That's like putting a picture of me with a 6-pack. They'll be like, man, come on now, dog. Come on now, dog. Come on. We got some divas on this show. Y'all see this? We got some divas on this show. Boy, y'all need wide receiver jerseys or something? Want me to throw you a pass? Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had to. I look like this. I look like that. Like, damn, I thought we was brothers.
I thought we was too. That's the point Dukes is making.
Conspiracy theory.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna make some beautiful. I'm gonna really request some now.
I've got a list of grievances.
Damn.
Now just been documented. You know, I can't. You know, back in corporate America, they say, man, you got to document it. Like,
You gotta document it.
did you write it down? Okay,
I
you got to
didn't find that
document it.
out till too late, Dukes. I could
All
have
right,
had about
so
a $10,000 lawsuit.
Here we go, right here.
Got a CVS receipt.
3/14/25. Chico blocks Dukes from coming from leaving the green room. Blames it on Dukes. 3/17. Chico thinks Dukes isn't listening. Is talking to Unc. Dukes ain't never here, dog.
That's a lie.
4.
What? Dukes ain't never here, dog.
4.
time. I remember that one.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Blame it on me.
Yep. 4
Okay.
4 25.
Make it up.
Dukes adjusted his camera. Chico, Dukes got that Temu camera. That's how he look anyway. 4
What?
9.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Never is
Hold on, bro. I got it wrong. Chico, this is all the stuff you've been doing. Like, everybody think I'm picking on you. I'm just today.
Bro, are you serious? You
4
got an HR list
Chico,
on me,
Chico.
dog?
I remember
Okay,
a couple of them.
all right.
Chico. I remember
This
a
what we
couple of them.
doing? This what we
I
doing.
remember
Okay.
a couple of them.
So this is what we doing. All right.
This is not what we doing.
Nah, this is obviously what we
Carlton
doing.
Webb says,
All right.
I keep telling y'all, Chico live in Hawaii because he has pissed off too many people in the States. He had to run.
Hey, I'm going straight. Hey, man, I'm going straight to HR.
Unbelievable, dog.
Man, I am no longer. See, this is Philip. This ain't Dukes. This is Philip.
Don't tell me P. Duke's coming out.
No, this is just Philip. Ain't no P Dukes. It's just Philip. I'm
Okay.
handling
Chico, do
things
you
the
mind
right
for a
way.
second, if you will? Because I know sometimes when people are watching the show live, they didn't get to see the pre-show thumbnail. Do you mind showing the thumbnail that you used for today?
It's the same one we've used in the past. That's all.
No, it's not.
What makes it so different now?
Just show it. I ain't see it. Let me get my pen. Let me get my pen out. My list of
See if I
grievances.
can
I'm
find
only
it.
through April, and it's June.
That's not it.
Sorry.
That's not the one you used for today.
That's not the one?
No. You use Muscle Bound, Chico.
Oh. See, I just picked one, man. It ain't that important. I ain't think.
No, it's not for me, Dukes. It's for the people in the chat.
There you go, chat. Look how cool Dukes look. Look how happy Unks look. The only difference is Chico just got the extra muscles too. You know what I'm saying? like big brolic Chico. Big human growth hormone Chico.
But
Big, I've been hanging out with Barry Bonds Chico.
He will post this and act like the joke is on him. Like, look at me. I look funny too.
Damn, dog. Y'all got people attacking me. It's all good. I got receipts. 4/14/25. Chico said. Man, all of those were responses. I bet you go back and scroll forward.
Thank you, Kevin
10
Dorsey.
seconds. Scroll forward 10 seconds or scroll back 10 seconds. I guarantee you I'm
Dorsey.
responding to something.
Thank you after the game. After the game says Chico got Neely looking like he 80. Kevin Dorsey says the point is, Chico, you upgraded yourself and nobody else. Killing Jones said catfish Chico. These are the points we're trying to get you to understand, Chico. It's not about us being divas.
What is this then? What is that?
Has that ever been a thumbnail? That was in a private chat.
Come on now, dog. What's wrong with this one?
It looks pretty accurate to me in that first panel. That one don't.
All right. Well, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. The next one, the next thumbnail that come out. Ooh.
How about let's not? How about let's make a thumbnail with whatever the topic is or whoever the guest is and do it that way.
Chico looks so confused. Hey.
Why you gotta do extra?
Chico, why you turn your head like that? But Chico said,
Oh. Hey man.
Chico, why you look like that?
Let me do this right here, man. Not that. Let me do this. What is this right here you gave me?
We can
do it
Friday. We can do it Friday, Chico.
Do it another day. All right.
Yeah, we do it Friday. I send it to you for the day, but you want to comb your hair, so we'll do it Friday.
Yeah, man. Gotta go do something with this right here. Finally.
Hey, did y'all see that? Like, all BS aside, did y'all see this league of sports? It's like where the guy is promoting people to use steroids to participate.
Damn.
I ain't seen that.
And you get a bonus if you break a world record where he wants to like kind of promote superhumans.
Hey, that's a dope idea. Good
Bro,
job.
dude just got a swimmer just got like a $500,000 bonus for breaking the world record for using steroids.
Look how that comb won't come out.
So
Hey,
they're
do
gonna
it again,
have.
Chico.
They're gonna have.
Watch how that comb won't break through. Do it again, Chico.
So they're gonna have. And you made me forget what I was gonna say, man. So they're gonna have like steroid records, like a steroid record book coming out this thing, like a superhuman record book. I think that's dope.
It's in the regular
Now
record book because the Guinness Book of World Records not damn Chico.
It won't come out the top.
He said, damn, Chico. Go ahead, get his book of world records. What?
They don't do HGH testing.
Oh,
damn. So they could just go in there and break the records. The Guinness Book World. Oh, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
How much human growth would somebody have to be on to get a comb through Chico's head?
Man, I just don't. I think a plug coming
Chico,
out.
stop combing the same spot. It don't went through there. Make it go through another spot.
Julius Smith said, "Hey Neely, will Coach Prime not be in college football 26? The youth wants to know." We actually talked about this a couple shows ago.
Yeah, Julius, you can let all the youth know he will not be in it. He said he will get on it the day Chico get a comb consistently through all parts of his head. So that
He's gonna be on. He gonna be on it. He gonna be on it this season then. Because this is from. We're not talking about my hair, anyways.
Well, stop combing it on TV then. We won't have to talk about it.
So you can come on here and talk your ish on TV. Dukes can eat American deli. I can't pick my fro. That's what you're telling me? Okay. All good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all coming on this thing, joining us live and direct on this great Wednesday hump day with us, Dukes the Scoop, Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico, Cleasy. Gonna be looking a little bit different on the next show.
Keisha Love says, I'm not with Chico combing that damn bush on the show. He about to break his own.
Hey, boy, you need to make it up to Keisha.
Reef said Chico hair might be tougher than to do under pressure.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Tougher than Nigerian hair.
You got to make it. You got to make it up to Keisha Chico.
Man, sometimes when a woman's fed up,
there ain't nothing you can do.
About it.
Nothing. Big Papa Punk said that hair comb should count for some of the push-ups.
They got nothing to do with me. We'll see him on Friday. I'm gonna tell Chico get his spot set up. Tell you now, Chico, push-ups on Friday. So we out, all stalling and balling and calling. Just get on there and
wanna be a staller, shot caller.
Right.
No push-ups. Cause I'm a baller.
Okay, Chico, you know what to do
tonight. Y'all know what it is. I tried to close it a minute ago. Y'all got something else to say so I can close it?
What you just say, Chico? You said y'all know what it is?
Yes, you know what it is.
Why, yeah.
You're not rocking with the best that you've ever seen before.
You heard?
Thee Pregame Network.
Hey, look. Hey, we're gonna talk about this one now. We're gonna talk about that y'all know what it is afterward.
It's gonna be another t-shirt you trying to make? All right, thank you guys for coming out, man. We passed the hour mark. We're gonna get up out of this thing on this great Wednesday. Y'all make sure y'all go watch the Pregame Network's exclusive footage from the Colorado Buffaloes and everything else he got going on. Dukes the Scoop with his amazing takes, and the biggest dog with the milkshakes. Does that make sense? Check out my new reaction channel, man. I'm gonna be up and about it.
To the yard at the Chico.
Freaking all the boys to the yard.
The boy Chico, you said no milkshake, boy. Boy said Chico's Oreo review. See, yeah, we got the crunch and the cream.
I be trying to leave. Y'all be talking about it.
You did say you had the crunch and the cream, though.
Hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell you where that came from. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Well, the crunch is your hair. We don't want to know where the cream coming from.
Man, that is crazy. All right, Chico, let's roll, bro.
Try it again.
Yeah.
radio station 187.4 on your FM dial. This is Biggest Dog of them all. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and comment as soon as you can. Hit the notification bell for the next time we go live. It'll come right to your phone and you'll know it. You can join us by hitting the join button, becoming a member of all the channels out there. Get ready for the website dropping soon where you can order merch with our face on it and wear it on your chest proudly, whether it's game day, practice day, or any day. You understand me? Hit me up in the comments. Let us know. I'm just rambling now. Anything else? No, that's it. All right, we're going to be up in about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. You be you. And we got some divas.